Now that's a fact. Salute. Big Stepper. Salute.
Big Stepper. You already know the fucking
word.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
The truth shall set you free.
This, man. Hold on. So we're gonna switch some topics, man. Back to this media shit. So Joe Budden manager comes out and says, Joe Budden is the most important figure in media, unconventional in approach, untethered to any agenda-driven entity, no relationships, interference with his true opinions, no stage name, no act, a former MC turned media mogul with the world constantly listening and watching. Y'all agree?
There's some truth to that.
Yeah, I can agree.
But why he didn't drop your Tasha K
name, my rap name.
I can roll with some of that.
Look, hold on. When you say untethered to any agenda-driven entity, no relationships, interference with true opinions, if you ain't dropping this Tasha K interview, I can't agree with that.
Tasha K interview, she said so much shit that he had to get it.
So what? You ain't. But did you hear what I just said? Untethered to any agenda-driven entity, no relationships, interference with his true opinions. That means you don't care, nigga.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
About getting sued, you gonna care about that.
But that ain't the same as like that. Don't got nothing to do with an interview dropping. Like
the thing is with her rock star, she
one interview not dropping don't mean the nigga ain't who he say he is, bro.
Yeah, like with Tasha K, bro, she documented in the courtroom saying she lied to her subscribers on YouTube to get the shit off on Cardi B. Like she admittedly lied. So it's like that's a different thing as opposed to somebody just giving an opinion, as opposed to like, hey man, this shit can get tricky for me. I can get drugged into some of her shit. But we don't know what all she said.
But do you think he's the most important figure in media? Let's talk about it.
I mean, we said some truth to it because that's subjective. But I think what gives him the edge, in my opinion, and KK might agree with this part, where he used to rap before. He actually
y'all talking about Joe?
Yeah, so Joe Manager just came out and said Joe Budden is the most important figure in media.
And most important figure in media.
Yes, he said unconventional. He said unconventional in approach, untethered to any agenda-driven entity, no relationships, interference with his true opinions, no stage name, no act, a former MC turned media mogul with the world constantly listening and watching.
I gotta go. I'm gonna put Akademiks and Charlamagne ahead of it. Joe can't break nothing. And Charlamagne information. I'm gonna put him top 3, but I can't. Because people don't talk about Joe until Joe say something. We know Joe from being emotional.
That's a fact.
Like we don't look to Joe. We don't look to Joe for the information. We look to Joe for an emotional response about the information.
For real.
Now, when we go to finding out information, let's ask ourselves, where does that start? Where does that come from? It's the academic niggas, right? It's the Charlamagne the God niggas. It's Wack 100. Because I'll say shit that people don't know that the other niggas is scared to say.
And then it come out later.
Yeah. Nigga, Master P, people didn't want to believe it until the Sun 6 months later said it. Niggas was like, damn, Wack said that shit. That nigga's the Sun saying this shit, right? So, I can't put Joe ahead of Act when it comes to a media source. Now, as far as a sit down, he got the guests in front of him. Yeah, I'm gonna put him up there. All day. But far as him, like, bro, we watched this nigga Act take the footage from motherfucking Takeoff's murder and break it down to a point to where the police use his shit. Freeze frame. Hold on. What color shirt is this? Hold on. Go back to the, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes to that information of what's going on and what it is, and Joe, it don't really talk to a lot of motherfuckers to get that exclusive shit. When we pay attention to Joe, it's because Joe talking about a subject matter and he talks about it in a way that others don't. That nigga real passionate and he don't give a fuck. So I gotta put Charlamagne and Akademiks up there.
So I think all of that is said because him and Drake been going back and forth. So I think
Well, that whole situation, it's only one winner.
Yeah.
And that's
So
Joe's benefiting from that.
So Drake just responded, I thank God for this life and not having to come to wrestling conclusions on Best Buy podcast mics.
That's what I'm saying. But see, it doesn't matter what he says. It's still putting the light on Joe. And Joe's going to be able to say, I'm the only motherfucking podcaster, nigga, that got to rise out of Drake. Fuck if you got an interview. How many of you niggas got this nigga to respond? How many times you seen Drake respond on a nigga on social media like that? Right? So
All of Pain and Drake.
So Joe is benefiting. He's doing a great job keeping it going. Every response he gets out of Drake, he's bringing more value. He finna tell them people he needs some more money where he at.
So, hey, Wack, you think that some of that is Drake knowing, like, hey, I got an album out, nigga, let me entertain this shit? Or he really...
No, because Drake's on a world tour that's been sold out. He don't need to do that. He really, whatever that nigga Joe said, bothered him.
It did, too.
It ruffled his
He
feathers.
ain't lying. They bothered him. Nigga told him.
It ruffled his feathers, my nigga. And that's a podcaster's dream, is to ruffle your motherfucking feathers and get you going. They try to do it to me on this app. You don't know the niggas I just ignore.
Yeah, it's crazy though. They kind of like sound bited it. They clipped up the worst part because Joe was like saying he liked the album and shit. He was just expecting more.
Of course, that's what they do. They do it to me. They done did it to me 100 times. Tell you one part of it. Truth be told, I think, we didn't all took our L's when it comes to biting. I think the one I've been on, they got me to bite is the J Diggs nigga. Nigga came to my room. Yo, man, J Diggs said, whoop. He said, what? I don't know, who the fuck is that nigga? Right? Yeah, he said something about because you dealing with Blue Da Vinci and whoop. So instead of me saying, go get the content, let me hear it, let me see it, I responded to what they were saying. Later on, when you hear the content, he's simply saying, I don't know why Wack fucking with dude. I'm a Cali nigga. Once we say fuck you and that's what it is, fuck it, that's just what it is. Now I can tell you, a nigga brought me partial information. Some niggas gonna say, well, Wack, he was speaking on you. Nah, he wasn't speaking on me. He was just talking about somebody that I associate with, which is a nigga he used to associate with. Right? So they'll do that to you. So everybody gotta learn from other niggas' mistakes. Nigga gonna bring you something. I'm quick now to be like, all right, bring me the content. Let me hear it. What? Let me hear it. And 9 times out of 10, when I hear it, it's just what you said. A nigga then took a snippet, but if you listen to what he said prior to it, after, it's a total different meaning of what they trying to get you to believe.
Yeah, that's a fuck nigga too that's doing that. Cause they trying to put a battery in your back.
Yeah, that's exactly what they trying to do. But niggas always want to see something. Niggas always want to see something, bro. that's our...
Hey. Now, were you surprised at the, well, I know you probably wasn't surprised about the Jay Prince and the Master P questions? I mean,
no, because I know how he gonna answer. He answered them all the same.
Yeah.
Now, if you act like you don't have knowledge of what's going on, then that's so you.
Yeah. No.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna answer them all the same.
Sure.
But he will respect the nigga's business hand, whether he like him or not.
Yeah. And that's one thing I think he was adamant about, like not speaking ill on anybody.
Yeah, he gonna respect your business hand. He don't never want you to know what he thinking anyway. But he gave niggas some exclusives. Nigga, he told nigga, I tried to sign to know them.
That fucked me up.
Yeah, he gave niggas some exclusives, bro.
I just told him, Wack, that he said that Drake signed on Bad Bunny.
He said day one he been signed to him.
Told him that.
Now that's crazy. That's like, damn, Drake ain't never gotta do nothing else. He could really just live off Bad Bunny if he wanted to. Bad Bunny rolling right now.
I saw that nigga Drake told Joe Budden, that nigga said, you stay in the little house, nigga.
He push Brock down. Bring Brock up.
Nah, they ain't do that. I swipe left.
That nigga said you stay in a little bit in little shack or whatever. That nigga said I have a 767. I was like, whoa, is that one of the big jets, the big ones?
Yeah.